Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. Well, as the title should promise, this is my very first stream, and I have absolutely no idea if this is working or not. If you're joining me, thank you for doing so. I wanted to do an unboxing of sort of the game Shrouded Aspect from Gilligames. It just released, I guess it would be 2 days ago now, and it's kind of been sitting out there for those of us that play Rockstar or Rising Star 2. Sorry, got the name wrong. Rising Star 2 by Gilligames. It's been kind of advertised in that game as you might expect, and I've kind of liked the way he's done that. I have been in touch in the past with the developer, and he's a great guy, and I wanted to support his work. That's about 80% of why I would be bringing this to you. I did purchase this copy. This is not a freebie that I got, so all of my thoughts are my own, but I do want to say Gilligames, good folks, and I really wish them well. I hope this goes well. I do tend to like games like this. I don't like playing them in front of people for the very first time. I've never done that, so we'll see what happens here. I think we're going to go for about an hour if we can. We'll see, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter. We will see. Howdy, folks. Thanks for joining me, and we are just getting started. Let's see what happens here. Now, as I said, I'm kind of new to this. I'm going to go do the tutorial, and we'll start on normal difficulty. I don't think we need to dumb that down at all. I don't actually know a whole lot about this game. I know it's like a Celtic or Irish, maybe. I can't remember which one he said. Here we go.
Shattered the quiet morning, pulling Waylon and Keegan from their beds. They struggled into trousers, pulled on frayed boots, and stumbled through the door into a sun-drenched nightmare.
Okay. Well, we got the farmhouse. We started a game. Awesome. Welcome to Shrouded Aspect. These tips will help you learn to play the game over the first few scenarios. Excellent. It looks like clicking on that moves it along. The characters in your party have a thin green outline. All right. Guess what, folks? I can't see it. I see Keegan here has an outline, and I would have guessed that was what they mean. But since they're pointing to this guy, I guess I sort of see an outline. I don't know. Okay. Those of you that are new to my experience, I'm a hint colorblind, and this can be a problem for gamers. I'm going to guess that the skeleton here is probably also outlined, maybe in red. Look at that. Yeah, he's in red, and the two colors look identical to me, so that's going to be problematic in the long run, perhaps. We'll see. I also have a friendly little wolf, and I do see his looks like an outline on him as well. So, oh, he's a feral. Well, he has a feral attack anyway. So let's see how this goes. Enemies have a thin red outline. The bright green outline, I nailed that one, didn't I? Indicates the currently selected character. Outstanding. That would be Keegan. To attack with the selected character, click an enemy to target it. Click the skeleton to have Keegan attack it. Well, it looks like Keegan is an archer or a bowman of some sort. So we're going to click it. Quick shot, 10 points. Look at that. Keegan has enough action points remaining to shoot again. Click the skeleton to shoot it again. Let's see what the action points look like. I guess I have to click the skeleton again. I was hoping to see how many it cost. It looks like it costs 12. Maybe that's what that's trying to tell us back there. Okay, shooting it again. Boom, hit him again. Since Keegan doesn't have any action points, enough action points to do anything else this turn, click Waylon to select him next. Can do. Waylon looks more like my kind of guy, although from this angle that looks like a shovel. And I'm not seeing a way to drive the screen around. I'm using my mouse and that. Not really, can't drag around too much. That's okay. Let's see. We'll click here. Looks like a two-handed axe. There we go. Finally, select your pet wolf, Connell. I'm going to go with Connell to help attack the skeleton. Sounds like a good idea. Sick him. Can do. And he's done. Wow, 22 points of damage there. When all your characters have used their action points for the turn, it is time to end the turn. Well, this does make sense. I do know that this is a turn-based tactical battle game with RPG aspects. I'm hoping the RPG aspects are a little more I'm hoping there's more to that than what some of the advertising has suggested. Okay, farmhouse unexpected visitor, turn 1, 3 minutes, 4 seconds elapsed time, save game. Yes, I think we'll go ahead and do that. As those of you who have joined me in my normal videos, I don't really love reading every last turn, every last word on the screen, but with this being kind of a first time, I think it'll give me a little time to process what I'm doing and things like that. Wow, okay. Now you guys are going to get to see how really bad I am at tactics. The enemy has finished taking its turn, so it is your turn again. All of your character's action points have been replenished, okay, as would be expected, right? Well, I almost want to see if Connell here can take on a skeleton all by himself lonesome. To move without attacking, click a destination tile. Click here now. Well, okay, I guess I'm going to be doing that instead. There it is. Oh, okay, very nice. A hex overlay. I do like this. What do they used to call this oh goodness, I guess geometric angle. This was really popular. This was first done, I guess, in honestly the early 90s. It was the first time I saw it. I purchased a game called Twilight 2000, which was in so many ways the first version of XCOM. I believe it was put out by a group called like Paradox Synapse or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And they had close relations with Microprose, and Microprose is who released the first XCOM UFO Defense, and the system was almost identical. I really loved that. Been a big fan of that genre of game since then. I do not mind the turn-based stuff. I've never been good at RTS, just never have. That's not my thing. And so I don't mind these kinds of games that let you plot this out in that. The first click shows the path and move cost to each tile along the way. That makes sense. Cost with circles indicate that the character will still have enough action points to attack after moving there. Okay. Click the same tile again to confirm movement. It doesn't have a circle, so he's not going to be able to attack, is he? Okay. Hold the left mouse button to move the view. Ah, it's letting me do that now. I couldn't do that earlier. That's good to know. Hold the right mouse button. Oh, that's what I was trying to do earlier when I thought he was holding a shovel. He is holding a shovel, come to think of it. Look at that. Wait a minute. That does not look like an axe. That looks like a shovel. Okay, well, at least I'm not crazy. All right, let's come back over here. Keep it. Oh, I missed what it said. Keep attacking, I guess, the skeletons until they're gone. Not enough action points. I thought that was going to happen. We'll go with Keegan, and I think this guy is easy toast here. Although he's not going to finish him, is he? Nope, not going to finish him. And then he's out of points. We're going to go with Waylon. And Waylon should be able to get here. Looks like it. Let's roll over. He needs 13 action points. Maybe we go with this guy instead. I don't know if splitting up your party is a good idea. Can he still move? He can move a little, and there was no attack of opportunity. Okay, well, I guess that's not the worst thing. Out of points here. He's got 8. Yeah, I don't love having him sitting right there next to a bad guy with a big sword, but man, that'll really suck if I get my dog killed on the first battle. We're going to end the turn. Okay, that's an interesting take. Ouch. That hurt. Okay, my understanding is facing is not important. Was one of the things I read on the forums. There were people who were disappointed in that. Todd Gilligames thought that made the game a little more complicated than it needed to be, and he was aiming for fun. I don't mind fun myself, so I'm good with it. Tearing Bite, 21 points again. Oh, and he can do it again. It's not going to kill him, but we're getting him down. 8, not enough points for that, but I think what we'll do is have Keegan here.
Yes.
Shoot that one. There, he's done. And then can he also... Nope, he's out of points. So he's going to have to move to get distance to use the bow. That's good to know. And then we have Waylon, and he does still have plenty of points. And might as well go with this guy. Smash. Not enough to do it again, though. 7 of 13. So, okay. I think We can expand the mini-map. Okay, interesting. There's a river there. Oh, and you can drag on the mini-map. That's good to know. All right. I can't quite read the names over there. Somebody's saying turn-based, kind of like Final Fantasy sort of thing. I kind of, yeah, I see what you're saying. Final Fantasy has never been my jam. I had a friend who like lived and died it for a while. He's gone on to make some video games of his own for your phone. He's got one where you're a Japanese blacksmith making swords, and it's actually an interesting little game. I like what he did with it. And now he works for Amazon and sells AWS systems to folks. So good on him. Good guy. If I can remember the name of the game, I will. I'll mention that at some point. I honestly can't think of what it is right now. Tearing Bite didn't finish him off, but he can do it again. There we go. And then finally, Keegan should be able to finish this one. Blocked by Waylon. Okay. Excellent. Line of sight is an issue. Good to know. And we had a miss for the first time, and I think that's everybody's points. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to call it white is their points that they can use. Good to know. And we will move on there. Okay. Well, they're done. Keegan's mad, and he finished him off. No enemies detected. Left click. I couldn't read it fast enough.
It wasn't until after they'd rummaged through the remains of the fallen that the brothers noticed the woman cowering near their house. Her face was hidden behind a dark veil, only her bright blue eyes visible beneath the hood of her heavy cloak. Throwing caution to the wind, Waylon took a step toward the woman, a hand outstretched. Keegan stayed back, fearing the veiled lady to be one of the afflicted. It was a stranger, much like this woman, who had brought the plague that had taken their father just weeks prior. Once settled in the small farmhouse, the veiled lady introduced herself as Betha, and then, over the next several hours, she shared stories of Despater. He'd risen again, she explained, somehow reclaimed his lost power, and was now wreaking havoc on the land. The plagues wiping out entire villages, rabid animals attacking travellers, dying crops, it could all be traced back to Despater.
I absolutely love her voice. So, yeah, that's awesome. Okay. My wife's Irish. She doesn't sound like that. I absolutely love my wife's voice, too. Maybe she'll be listening to this later. She's on an airplane right now, so I don't think she can live stream where she's at, or get a live stream where she's at, but you never know. After each successful combat, your loot stash appears. It gives you the opportunity to upgrade your characters with your newly acquired loot. Okay. You should replace Waylon's gardening shovel with a longsword or axe. I would agree. That probably makes sense for a strapping young man like him. So we will do that. I'm going to assume that it's a 4 strength required, 4 strength required. Is there any kind of... There's really no indication of anything special about him rolling over him. So I'm just going to do this. He now has a longsword. Drag loot from this list to a character to replace existing items. Entirely makes sense, doesn't it? So we replaced it, the gardening shovel. Destroy this item to clean up the list. Okay, I can do that. He has a longsword. There's another longsword. All right. We'll go with that. Would you like to permanently destroy it? We probably shouldn't do that yet. Maybe it'll tell us to try doing that at another time. So I don't really see where there's anything else to do. I would think Keegan wants to keep his bow. Also, he's not strong enough to use the axe or the longsword. And the gardening shovel just seems like a bad idea for him, doesn't it? Okay, we will close this one down right here, I guess. You will arrive at different areas as you progress through the game. One would hope, right? There we go. Click here to save the game between scenarios. So hard for me not to say scenario like we would here in the Midwest. Each area has a few scenarios to complete before moving on. Click the map button to see where this area is located in the world. Okay, we can do that. The world map shows all of the areas you've discovered as round icons. All right. The turning not work indicates your current location. Very good. So I guess there could be several of these orbs, and only one of them will have this happening on it. That makes some sense. Click Village of Tadic to travel to that area now. Okay, when preparing for a scenario, click to choose the characters from the list on the left. That makes sense. We're going to go with, access your loot stash at any time here. Okay, can do. So do we, I guess we click? We do just click.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to talk to us. I bet he howls. There it is. Okay, take only what you can carry on your person. We must all move with haste to the village of Tadic. Okay, hints. Oh, we got to do some hints, right? Waylon can take the most damage, so put him in front. Keegan is a good backup tank if Waylon gets too hurt. Connell can do a lot of damage, but he's also very vulnerable. Okay, well, that's good to know, because I did kind of have him sitting out there by that skeleton, didn't I? When in doubt, save some of his action points to run away after delivering a bite. Use line of sight to help protect him from ranged attacks. Sounds good. And one thing, again, I noted when I was kind of looking through forums is that there is no area of, what did we call it, zones of control. So when you're next to somebody disengaging, I don't believe there's any penalty for that. So you can kind of run into battle, take a swing, run out of battle. I think that's what they're kind of suggesting to do with Connell here. Let's start.
Once they had agreed to help Betha spread the word and find allies in her quest to stop Despater, the trio left the farm and began the short trek to the farming village of Tadic.
More skeletons. Okay, let's see. At the beginning of each scenario, you must choose the starting position of your characters. Valid starting tiles are highlighted in blue, which makes sense. Oh, and we place Waylon first. Well, let's put Waylon right here. Okay, click the highlighted hex to place the selected character in that position. Oh, I clicked and it removed that, and now I clicked and it put him there. That's perfect. Keegan needs distance, as we learned. And then Connell. Well, I don't see any ranged combat happening here, so I'm not going to sweat it too much, but hold on, folks. Ah, look at that. We got more enemies back here. And a chest. Good. Lots of chests. We're going to put Connell right there. And we'll confirm it. We're up first. Look at that. I'm going to start with Keegan. One shot. Missed. Okay. And then we're going to go with Waylon. I think Waylon is going to go ahead and go after this one.
Yes.
13 points, and he's down to 5. I bet that takes more than 5. Yeah, 13 points. So my understanding is I should be able to move now without any kind of penalty. Yeah. I don't want to move in Keegan's way, but maybe we disengage a little. I guess we could disengage and try to get it so that they don't have enough points to chase us down, although I'm sure he has enough to do that. And then finally, Connell, we're going to do the old run and bite. Nice hit, and then get him the heck out of there. That's probably far enough. Okay, and we'll end the turn. There we go. Swing long blade. Boom. Oh, he's taking some hits, isn't he? So we can see his health here. Not too bad a shape, but we don't want to let that go on too long, that's for sure. I think we're going to have Connell come in and just finish this one off. And there it is. And then we're just going to have him back up a little bit. That makes sense. And then Keegan is going to see what he can do here. Maybe I should have had Connell go in and finish him off. That's what I should have done. Oh, and that's a swing and a miss. So let's bring him back here. Not for any good reason. Undo the last character movement. Okay, we can indeed do that. It's for movement only.
Yes.
I kind of like that. Playing War Tales, more often than I like to admit, I misclicked. Ended up somewhere I didn't want to be. Hate it when that happened. You know what? I looked away to get a swallow of beverage so I don't cough on y'all, and I did not see what happened. I don't guess there is a replay or anything. Nope. Well, that's okay. I could hear it. I just didn't see it. And we're going to finish this guy off. 13 points. That's pretty good. I think it's going to be Connell that... Oh, well, that's not good. I don't like it when he misses. And Keegan has to get some distance. There we go. That one's done. There's more up ahead. They haven't noticed us yet. Okay. Which means we're still in turn-based mode.
Yes.
He's out of points. He's out of points. Here we go. Okay, left click and drag is what gets you that kind of motion. Don't want to go too quick. I want to go exactly the right kind of quick.
Yes.
Waylon agrees. And I guess we'll try to get Keegan all the way up here. Connell still has... Oh, he still has plenty of points. They're going to start noticing us soon, though, right? They've got to notice us soon. There it is. Undead wolf. That can't be good. And a zombie. Okay. Well, do what you can, Connell. That wasn't bad. And one more might finish it. Good thing he didn't miss, because I don't think Waylon was going to finish him off. We will go with Keegan next. One more shot. Boom. And then finally, Waylon.
Aye.
Yeah, and that's not going to do it. But it's a good start. Uh-oh. Zombie grabbed him. And did it again. Waylon's hurting. I bet we learn how to heal soon or something like that. Okay, rotating around. You tell him. And then see if we can back him out. Keegan, put a couple in him, man. There we go. And then Connell is going to hopefully finish it off. There it is. When no enemies are detected, movement changes to real time. Other characters will automatically follow the selected character in the order of the portraits on the left. Okay. So Waylon is currently our party leader, it looks like. We must continue east down this road towards Tadic. I think I've been saying Tadic. I can't even remember. Long day at work, folks. All right, here we go. Interesting. Treasure chests can be found throughout the game. When you pick up a chest, extra loot will be added to your loot stash at the end of the scenario. No enemies detected. Left click a location to move in real time. Auto follow the selected character. Yes, we have that turned on. So it looks like you can control that to some extent. If you want to spread them around or something, maybe if you're sneaking up. Cross the river, folks. There we go. Didn't get there. Oh, bandits. Bandit archer. Bandit archer. Is there only the 3? Because it made 4 sounds, didn't it? I only see 3, though. Keegan can't even see him.
Aye.
Oh, finish preparing for battle. I guess I get to line up where I want to go. Interesting. And it is line of sight. Line of sight's important.
Yes.
So maybe we try to do this. Yeah, we'll start there. Okay. I might have misread something there, but oof, that was a good hit. 3 archers. Okay, well, we know if we close distance, they oh, it is 4 of them. We know if we close distance, they have to back away or something, so that's good. Let's send Connell after this guy. No path available. That's because Keegan is in the way. So, we're going to do this.
Gosh.
All right. Well, that was fruitful. And now Waylon is going to see what he can do about it. Not enough action points, though. Ouch. Well, not enough action points again. Yeah, not playing this one out well, are we? Come on, Waylon, hang in there. Okay, well, they shoot like stormtroopers, don't they? Oh, that guy did okay. Alright, well, at least we're going to get rid of one right now. And Keegan, can you hit this one? Looks like he can, but he missed. Definitely didn't want to miss there, that's for sure. Can he get to him? He can. Alright, 2 down. Even the odds, that's good. A character falls below 50% health, the character's outline will begin to pulsate toward white. Closer to death, the more white it appears. That's fair. I can get my head around that anyway. Let's go up here. You can't keep missing though. That's a sure path to death. And he missed too. We're going to probably have to close distance there. And that is a long shot, although it hit. And not enough action points. We're going to go ahead and close distance again. Yeah, he's starting to suffer. We're going to have to make this over here very, very quickly. So, Keegan, can you make a difference? That's 1. Okay, that's good. And then Connell. Wrong button. There we go. Connell might be able to take this guy down. He missed the second time. That's not good. And Waylon does have his action points. He could probably finish this guy off, but will he have enough? He won't have enough points by the time he gets there. So does Connell have enough to move? He does. That is the right way to play that. All right. We have a fighting chance. Waylon still has 23 points. He's been taking about 6. So this should work. Like the sound. The sounds are really good, actually. I don't know how well that's carrying through. But yeah, I'm liking the how crisp the sounds are. That's the word I want, crisp. We have achieved our goal in this area. We can now search for treasure chests. Click finish when we're ready to leave this area. Okay, Waylon, thanks. You got to click outside of him.
Okay.
So first we're going to come up here. Robes of the Wind. Finders Keepers. Pick up a treasure chest. Yes, we did that. I forgot how it told us that we get to our loot screen. If we even do. I know we saw a couple of these though. So let's come get this one. Modest kilt and shirt of the mage. Okay. Mage. Any more? I don't know if we want to search. Does it make sense to kind of suss out the fog of war areas here? There's, look at that. It does. Modest wood shield. Okay, there is, you'll notice there's no icon to move to. There is a border right about here. That's what I'm seeing there. So, respect the border. We'll come back this way. There were 4 bad guys. Oh, you won't go that far. There were 4 bad guys. And we found 3 chests. I am guessing there's going to be another chest over here. Maybe not, though. There is. There it is. Axe of the Wind. Okay, well, there could be more chests. Although, all the unclickable area there. Just for fun, we'll make sure. Sounds like you're kicking a soda can. Maybe not loving that sound. But the combat sounds weren't so bad. trying to also tell if... Yeah, there is a positioning of the sound. When I move over here, it's in my right ear. When I move over here, it's in my left ear. So that's kind of interesting. I guess I was thinking we need to run off screen, but actually we have this big finish button here, don't we? Let's hit that.
What should have been an easy morning's walk to Tadek turned into an unwelcome adventure and impromptu lesson in self-defense. The brothers were exhausted by the time they arrived, but Betha seemed unruffled by the journey and the trouble they'd encountered on the way. She moved easily through the streets in search of the town elder, ignoring all questions and stares from curious townsfolk. Once Derwin had been located, Betha wasted no time in recounting the battle at the farm, their difficult journey to town, and explaining how this all proved Despater was back. After some questions and a moment of quiet contemplation, Derwin agreed that the situation looked grim and something must be done.
Okay. Reach the farming village of... She said it, and I honestly already forgot how she said it. Tadek, I think. Each character is awarded 1 skill point when completing a scenario. When a character has skill points, you can learn a new skill on the character info screen. Outstanding. Okay, well, we kind of expected something along this line, right? Looks like they each have 2 skill points available. So I guess we're going to click there and see what happens. The character info screen displays everything about a character, including the ability to learn new skills. Excellent. Outstanding. So we have different disciplines, and then he has long blade. I'm assuming he's already got that skill, and that's why we have these. So we can, for instance, upgrade to another type of attack, does more damage. We might be able to grab some other skills or disciplines is what it's calling them, and that's fine. Increase it. So do we also increase these? Doesn't look like it. I'm clicking there and nothing seems to happen. That's okay. We're going to go ahead. It looks like our toxicity inflicts an enemy with fast-acting poison. Interesting. Okay, flame touch. Cause an enemy to harden, taking damage. Death touch. Okay, let's go with the let's go simple here. Oh, I bet those take 9 action points. Okay, I can't just grab those. Makes some sense. Oh, I'm sorry, that's action points, so not skill points. So how many 2 skill points to learn, 1 skill point to learn. Wait a minute. All right, well, we're gonna go with slash. I think that makes the most sense for now. So he's got that. Skills cost 1 or 2 skill points to learn, and he just spent 2, so he can't click anywhere else. Ah, okay, so we can select other... Okay, so this is the category that selects what's available to us down here. That helps a lot. So we had long blade, which made sense. We had a long sword, so that's good. Wasn't the worst choice there, although we could have gone a completely different route if we had chosen. All right, let's go move on. Connell, let's see what his options are. His other is up to 4 unused action points. Roll over to the next turn. That's not bad at all, is it? Threatening growl forces target enemy to focus on the threat. Okay, so this is taunt is what that is. Allow faster movement through grass. Allow faster movement through mud. From a feral perspective, 2 skill points to learn claw slash, fewer action points used. Tearing bite, that's the one we're already doing, I think. I hadn't even noticed if he had 2 already. Next up is take a large bite out of the enemy. Tearing bite. Tearing bite 2. Okay, that makes sense. And that one he already has. Okay, so he already has these. That one we need to learn. 2 skill points to learn. Okay, so I'm kind of seeing the difference in the shades and the outlines, and that's starting to make a little bit of sense to me. So 2 points for this one, 2 points for that one. Well, let's go with Tearing Bite 3. I feel comfortable following the normal trajectory for the character here. And then finally we have Keegan. Keegan is good with bows, but do I want to get him armed with some melee as well? I'm not sure. So the quick shot does 8, aim shot does more damage, accurate shot does more damage, precision shot does more damage. Then we have these other ones that he can get as well. My thought is I didn't see multiple slots for weapons and things, so that's an issue. Hand to hand could be interesting though. He can smack, he can pommel for 10 points. Well, that's what his arrows are doing, isn't it? That might be worth considering in the future. Oh, what's their other? Battle cry, prepared, grass walk, mud walk. Bandage wounds. That can't be a bad choice, right? It's a heal self. Looks like it's only heal yourself in battle. Only yourself. Heal yourself. Heals yourself. Okay. So not seeing anything that heals others, but maybe this one does. Heal yourself or another friendly character. That could be helpful. Unsure if you can use that in combat, although I bet you probably can. We're, again, going to go the safe route. We're going to take aimed shot. Maybe we'll have a little more fun at the end of the next scenario and decide what to do there. Okay. Then also we want to upgrade weapons if we can, or if there's a reason to, although it doesn't really look like there is. There is armor now, though. That can be helpful. So the weapons, well, we had the gardening shovel. You know what? We're going to get rid of it. I can't imagine we're going to intentionally want to arm that. We have an axe, Axe of the Wind, which looks like it might be a little better. We have a Fine Hatchet of the Wind, plus 7% on action points, plus 10% damage. That's nice. No shield equipped, and he can equip a shield now, I think. Can we do that? He can. Look at that. Now, he probably can't.
What?
Yep. Cannot use a shield while using a two-handed weapon. Totally makes sense. I would have expected that. Robes of the Mage, Robes of the Wind. It's a 2 armor rating. Currently have 2 armor ratings, so that's not going to be helpful. The leather armor is a 5 armor rating, and since Waylon is the one getting in there and mixing it up, that's going to go to him. I am certain Connell can't. Yeah. Not a surprise there at all, is it? Okay, and then I suppose if we do this, it's just going to get rid of the bow. Yes, it did. So we'll want to rearm that bow. Where did it go? We had this one, which is technically listed as new. Armors, shields, weapons. Okay, I think that just prioritizes the list. So he is in leather, 2 strength required, minus 10 energy regeneration. Well, don't love that, but we'll see what happens. And then 3 armor rating, plus 5 energy regen, plus 5 action points. This might be good for Keegan. Even though he's not a mage, it's better armor. It gives him some energy regen and additional action points. I think that's hard to pass up. Yeah, we're going to go with that. And I suppose we click there to close it. Let's look around. No adjustments for difficulty. Yeah, I didn't expect there to be. We'll save the scenario. Click the map. A shield and sword represents a combat scenario. Click to learn more about the scenario. Okay. Can do. And yep, this is where we're at. Click this one. Poisoned Fields. Many scenarios will have new characters already chosen. These volunteers must be included in the party. Okay, good to know. So we only get to include 2 folks in this one. The local farmers are concerned about the unexpected rotting of their crops. Please investigate. Well, I love taking Connell along on these because he is badass, but he's not very good investigator, I would bet. So we're going to include Keegan
Aye.
and Waylon. Go ahead and hit the hints again. Your main focus should be to stand up the scarecrows. Use a high agility character to cover more ground and reach the scarecrows faster. The mud walk skill is very helpful here. Well, that would have been good to know, wouldn't it? Consider Keegan a second archer. And keep him apart from Anno so they can cover each other from a distance. So that makes sense. Let's give it a try, folks. All right. Got it. Okay, so we're setting our folks up, it looks like. So we're going to put Waylon there, and we're going to put Keegan, like it said, spread them out. Okay, click the highlighted hex. I think we did that. Confirm, and we are good to go. The zombies have infested the fields and knocked over scarecrows. Please kill the zombies and stand up all 5 scarecrows. The crows are scared to death of the scarecrows. Well, that makes sense. They're not scared of the zombies, though. I question that, but okay. On the loot screen, are numbers on the bottom right of the icon. I think that's how many of that item you have. I think that makes sense. I'll take a closer look next time. Got to click outside that box. Oh, Camden's going to run in his house. We're taking care of business for him. I guess that makes some sense. I don't think you can get to that screen from here. I think you're kind of locked in combat at this point. And that's okay. So we need to get rid of zombies. And we see one here. That moves really quickly. Stand up scarecrows. I guess they're going to be in the different fields. So we'll get that done. Okay. Well, let's get started. Keegan, can you reach him? You can. That's one. Ooh, not a whole lot of damage done. Percentage-wise, Keegan is out of points. Go over here. Okay. Actually, well, we'll not worry about that just yet. And then Anwell does not have enough to move. Sky. Let's go with Waylon first. I know what Waylon is capable of, the violence that he can do. I can't move very far, though. So we'll go ahead and...
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go that route for now. I bet those can be destroyed. Oh, goodness. Man, no hesitation. Right for the archer. Well, Sky's going to have something to say about that. Just ineffective. Well, that's no good. Waylon, you're going to have to come take care of business here. There we go. Okay, that's one. No enemies detected. Left click to move to a new location. All right, well, I like leading with Waylon. Enemy was spotted. Prepare for combat. Okay, so here's a scarecrow. There's a crow and a zombie. So we get the scarecrow stood up. The crows will go away. Looks like they'll die. It said they would be scared to death. So good on us. And that's it for Waylon. He didn't have a lot left in the tank. That's all his points to get him there. And we did see the zombies move a little bit. They're not exactly World War Z zombies, but they were kind of getting there, weren't they? And we'll move Keegan over this way. Okay. Over here. And Sky, I'm not sure what to do with you. The larger the colored hexagon, the more energy is emitted from that tile. Okay. Don't know a lot about that just yet, do we? So, okay. All right. Well, okay. Here, it went away. I was going to say, I'm regretting that decision, but we're okay now. I wonder if space might do a quick jump to... oh, the crows really moved. Well, that's no good. Really? All right. Well, somebody's going to have to get to that scarecrow because that is ridiculous. And we probably have a line of sight issue here. Sky is a healer. To heal herself or another friendly character, click the spiritual touch skill, then choose a friendly character within range. Okay. Well, Waylon took a couple of points of damage, but I don't think we're anywhere near needing healing just yet. Let's see what he can do otherwise. I bet he can get there.
Okay.
Okay, so he can't quite get there. Target blocked by... Yeah, I thought that might happen. Okay, let's see if we can get Keegan up here. There it is. That's one. Not enough action points. And then Waylon is going to need to go and take care of business. Oh, and he's out of points because I didn't plan ahead. Yep, that's on me. Not enough action points. Space does not. Oh, enter. That'll work. Sky still has... Oh, I didn't use Sky. Are you sure you want to end the turn now? No, of course. That was an accident. Don't do that. Can she get here? She probably can, but it might be better to see what crows are like. Also, Sky isn't terribly committed to the martial arts, it doesn't seem. She missed again. Okay, end turn. Mindless swing. Peck. Well, that's going to add up. We need to get this taken care of. Okay, so that was a left click. Stood up, and there go the crows. Boom, boom, boom. 4 of them down. Whoa, those crows are literally scared to death. I was wondering. Yeah, that was... When you highlight a word like that in color, like you're supposed to click on it in Wikipedia, you got to wonder, right? So, good on us. We're happy about that result. And one in the back. Nice. Can Keegan see him? Can you get a second one in there? There it is. No enemies detected. Moving in real time. Well, let's go this way. Said there were 5 of them, right? So is it 5 in the same field? It's 5 in the same field. Okay, I can handle that. All right. So Sky only has a handful of points left. Oh, it wouldn't be the worst thing for her to maybe go ahead and get over here to prepare to heal one of these guys. But I think otherwise we'll go ahead and move on. Now that time I hit enter, and enter did move it on. Keegan has all his points. Yeah, I probably should set him up just in case. Although the crows really moved, so... But we want him close so that he can get in there and get the job done. So maybe we see how far Animal can go. That's going to probably do it. That's his extent. Okay. Goodness. Ouch. That was a good one. Good solid ouch. Okay. He can't quite get there. That's too bad. We're going to go to Sky, and we're going to try her spiritual touch. +10. Awesome. And then he's going to come in here. No, she's not going to do that. It's going to be him. Ooh. Have her move over this way. He's going to come in here and miss. And more misses. Crows are hard. I think that's it for us. End of turn. All right, well, let's just get this over with, right?
Yes.
There it is. Boom, boom. No enemies detected. Sky is the leader again. We're going to go with Waylon. There's the next scarecrow and a zombie. Okay, well, at least we know what we're getting into with a zombie. Get your team in position for combat. We can do that. He was out of points. So,
Okay.
all right, we'll do that. Anwell had 14. I think we get him as close as we can.
All right.
Keegan has 18.
Okay.
Put him there. Sky, what do you have left? 16.
Aye.
She's in good support position. Well, what are you guys thinking so far? If you're still out there listening to me gab on about a video game, curious what you're thinking and what you've seen. I have to say it's pretty tight. I haven't really experienced anything that feels like a bug or something that could go in the direction of being a bug, and that's always a big plus. Particularly 2 days out. 15, and probably, I don't know, this is weird. Maybe we take him in here.
Okay.
He's going to take some hits, but hopefully he takes the heat off of
All right.
our man Anwell here. And Sky does not have any ranged attacks, it doesn't look like.
Yes.
And not enough to do anything helpful there
Yes.
either. So we're just going to move her along. And we're going to take our licks here. That hurt. Oh, and more crows are showing up. Outstanding.
All right.
Let's get rid of those. That was kind of gross. Only 2 left to pick up. Yes, thank you. Aware of that. Does he have enough to take a shot? I don't think he does. Nope. So we'll go with Waylon. Big slash. That helps. And then Keegan is going to need to get unblocked.
Yes.
Oh, too many points. I spent too many there. That was not a good move. I'm
Okay.
gonna get her in range to do some healing there. I think that should work. And we'll start with Sky. How bad is Waylon? Yeah, he's down 19 points anyway. There we go. That should get him some... There we go, yep. Whoops, wrong one. Keegan here. That's a miss. That's a hit, but it didn't finish him. So, Anwell, it's going to be up to you. There it is. Okay, so we have set up 2 scarecrows, another field over here. I'm sorry, 3, and here's another field. That's what I was trying to say. Get prepared. All right, Sky, we're going to put you over here. Tab does move you between characters. I did read that. I had just forgotten.
Okay.
There we go. I like that much, much better. And where is this one? Okay, ASDF, WASD rather, does move you around a little bit too. That's good to know. Amwell's going to come down here as far as he can.
Yes.
And Keegan is going to do the same, but this way. Don't see any zombies, so
Okay.
it's just a matter of dealing with the crows. Blackie says, looks interesting, not my sure it's my style of game. I kind of agree with you there. I'm curious how the story goes and what might be going on. The one thing I noticed, this wasn't listed as early access. That surprised me a little bit. My experience with Todd Gilligames and Gilligames is that he tells you that it's done, but he keeps building more stuff onto it. And I kind of like that about him. I know what that's like to some extent, having been a developer of video games at one point in my life. You kind of get into that mode of wanting, let's try just one more thing here. And that's, it's a real drive. It really is. So no enemies detected. Excellent. Let's move on. Oh, zombie. Yeah. So this battle has been fairly low key, right? This isn't. We're not risking life and limb here at all. These guys are barely. And I say, oh no, that's his movement points. I was gonna say, I say that now. All of a sudden, I'm realizing he's almost dead. Looking at the wrong line, but yeah, we're not really in any serious jeopardy here. I think we could kill off all those crows without raising the scarecrow. Except it did look like maybe they start adding new crows as you're moving along. So, holy cow, he just zipped. All right, well. Keegan, okay, why isn't this scarecrow working on him? That's weird, but we're going to go ahead and send Keegan down here.
Okay.
Get it over with. And Waylon is going to come over here and wail. See what I did there? And I don't think...
Yes.
How about now? There it is. Okay, that I don't think that was the game, folks. I've been having some problems. I do a lot of work from home, and I have a KVM that allows me to only have to have 2 monitors on my desk instead of 2 for work and 2 for home. And I think it is buying it. It suddenly has been acting a little weird, and I'm hoping that's what we just experienced there. Sorry about that. That was really weird. I could tell something happened with the sound, and then it was pretty clear nothing was coming out anymore. So do appreciate the thumbs up that I'm back. Good to know. My mouse locked up too, and that's actually the problem I've been having is my mouse drops all of a sudden just out of nowhere. And it turns out there's a really good chance that, of all things, it is because of the KVM switch getting old. So... now you know. There go the crow. The crows. The one crow. And oh, he even has time to take a shot. Awesome. So we're going to move Sky out of the way.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Waylon come into here.
Yes.
And take a swing. And that gives Anwell a chance to take 1 or 2 shots. We're done. Yay. Okay, we've achieved our goal in this area. We can now search for treasure chests. Click finished when we're done. Okay, well,
Yes.
that clearly is a treasure chest. Quality robes. That's going to be good for somebody. Okay, this feels like running around for the sake of running around a little bit. Just being honest. I don't mind the idea that, well, hey, you got to search it all to make sure you get everything. We're not just going to give it to you at the end, because otherwise, why not just open a loot screen that says, oh, and there were 500 million gold pieces here for you to take.
Yes.
So I don't really have a problem with that. The where it's a little weird is not being able to tell exactly what the extent of the screen is. I guess looking here, I can kind of tell. I should have been paying attention to that. So we found 2 so far. Also, we don't know how many there are. So I guess if you get lucky and find them right away, and then you're running around the rest of the time, you feel like you've been a little dumb. Light kilt and shirt. Okay. Very good. All right. I'm going to, well, yeah, we should check over here just to be sure. I don't want to miss out on any, you know, mega loot or anything. Elite loot. That's what it is. I was trying to remember. There is one down here. Look at that. I bet I missed another one somewhere too. Robes of skill. That can't be a bad thing. Remember elite loot when you were playing EverQuest? Maybe that was just my group, but I have a feeling it was definitely not just my group. We were a bunch of nerds working at Anheuser-Busch and doing, what did we call it? There was that one land that was, it was all undead monsters. I don't think we called it undead. It was Tuesday night. We would saddle up, and as a group we would go and hunt in that area for a couple of hours, and it was a ton of fun getting to play with the guys that I knew, and you know, all that tech was brand new. Nobody had done anything like that before. Ultima Online had been out there, but EverQuest was a completely different beast. And then you had the folks playing Ultima Online. Oh, I'm not going to play a first player game. That's stupid, you know. And yeah, times change, don't they? So, anyway, all right. Well, Connell doesn't get any of the loot because he's a jerk. Okay, he's not a jerk, but he doesn't get any of the loot. Yeah, so this does indeed look like I have 4 of those, and that's great. It's good to have 4 of those. Don't see a difference in it in this one, so we'll just kind of assume there's not. Here is strength and armor rating of 2, and everybody has at least that, so we wouldn't want to mess with that. Another kilt and shirt, same idea. Different looks. Okay, I can get behind that. We have a slightly different look in these two. We have another leather. We have 3 more leather. There's really... So is there a reason I would want to or not want to put that on Keegan? I'm not really sure right now. Quality robes gives a 3. Well, we're going to want to put that on Sky, right? I don't know if we keep her or not. There we go. Although Robes of the Mage, it might make a little more sense for her to have one of those, right? Robes of the Wind is just 2 points. So I'm not seeing where there's really any upside to changing any of those out. Then we do have the Axe of the Wind. But again, we don't really know what any of that does, if it even does do anything other than what's listed here. And there's nothing listed there. Tobin's Mace, though, blunt weapon, 4 strength required. Okay, so that limits our options. And +7 action points. I don't see a real strong reason to go with that. Could potentially see going with the Fine Hatchet of the Wind if Waylon had points in Axe, but we don't have that just yet. We do have skill points to spend. Let's do that and see how this works. Let's go a little bit different route this time. Instead of going straight up the ladder, what if we give him something like, well, Axe? Looks like he has Swing Axe. He would need to get the next one up there. Or what else could we do? Death Energy? Reduce an enemy's life simply by touching it. So, okay. It's a contact spell. Only 1 skill point to learn. Okay, well, clearly there's going to be some sort of energy that gets used when you're using magic. And it might be interesting to see what that looks like. Huh. We have protection. We have shield. He could probably definitely use shield. Pushes the enemy back. All right, that's not bad. Blunt weapons, hand to hand. I don't know. I have no idea what to really chase after here. Let's go with, oh, for fun, let's go with Death Energy. He's a close combat guy anyway. We're going to do that. Only 1 skill point. Okay, so we can grab that. We can probably grab something else too then. 1 skill point for Petrify. Causes an enemy to harden, taking damage. So usually, like in D&D lore, Petrify is a defensive spell. This makes it an offensive one. Unless I'm misremembering that. It has been a while since I've D&D'd. Death protection. Reduces death energy damage to the user. Oh, okay. So there's different energy types. We did kind of see that on that one chart. And we can have protections against specific types. Like fire. Okay. I kind of get that. So that's protection, fire energy. We did look at other... I don't know. Life energy feels right, except it's 2 points. You can't learn it. Toxicity. Yeah, why not? Not enough points. Oh, it's a 1 skill point to learn. Oh, he only got 1 skill point. I am so sorry. I'm wasting all this time. Yeah, they had completed 2 scenarios last time. That's why they had 2 points. They only have 1 point right now to spend. So we can save them, but what fun is that? Over here, chill touch. He can grab that. It would give him a close combat attack in case somebody closes in on him. I kind of like that idea. There's a piece of me that wants to go ahead and give him one of these. I think we'll do that. Hand to hand probably makes the most sense because I don't know that you can stack weapons, but let's find out. We won't know until we know. Not enough skill points to learn scab. Of course not, because I wasn't paying attention. Yep, these are all going to be 2 pointers. Makes some sense. Hand to hand. 1 pointer. All right, we're going to take pummel. Because why not? Everybody should know how to pummel. Sky. Well, she has life energy. We know that. 1 learned skill. Second one costs her 2 points, so we can't do that. And she has 3 learned skills here. Of course, that makes sense. So she could go to stab 4, but she needs 2 points for that. I think we're holding on to her point for now. And then finally, Keegan. Oh boy, did I spend that one? I did. I screwed that up. I had in my head that Waylon was Keegan when I spent that point on pommel. It'll be okay. But yeah, I was thinking this guy, he's the ranged warrior. He needs something up close. Let's go with death magic. Why not? So he'll have that when he's in close combat. And I think that's going to do it. Thank you very much for ridding the fields of those foul beasts. A successful crop is now a reality once again. Very good. And we have options now. So hunting for food. We already finished this one. Okay. So incidentally, the extent of the map is a little larger than it kind of first appeared. I thought I'd maybe go ahead and point that out. Just looking at the stream over there, I was being reminded through a little nag message that don't forget how to learn how to do the stuff you have to do during a stream. And yeah, I haven't even really been paying attention. I've been sort of enjoying just narrating this. So let's move on. We'll do one more here. Let's go to Poisoned Fields. We did that one. So it is hunting for food is all we got left. And 2 new crewmates here. So with the rotten state of the local crops, we are forced to hunt game for most of our food supplies. Take a small hunting party to retrieve some fresh provisions. Stay on your guard for plague-ridden beasts. Well, that's a really good idea. So the question is, do we want 3 archers and a protector, or do we want another archer? So 2 archers, or 2 bowmen, I guess, and 2 brutes of some sort. Well, we're definitely going with 1, right? We know that already. So we're going to take Keegan here. The question is, do I want to take Anwell or somebody else? And I'm kind of leaning towards maybe, of all things, taking the wolf. I feel like that might be a good... something different to try anyway. Well, my, there's wolves everywhere. I have a feeling Connell didn't know what he was getting into here. Now I feel a little bad. Yeah, because we're going to be hacking up wolves, aren't we? Oh, and there's the alpha. Well, I bet that's the one you need to go after first, isn't it? So what is this? Oh, he has a battle cry. Interesting. And then a deep stab for 13. 35 damage points. Well,
Right.
let's give it a go.
Death to all our enemies!
Because that's the last one I clicked, I guess. Maybe. Not sure. Okay. Have to come back to that. Keegan, many skills, particularly magical skills, require energy to use. There are 6 types of energy in the world, and each character absorbs energy based on their wisdom and their proximity to objects that emit that energy within the world. To see where energy is emitting from within a scenario, click here, then choose an energy type to visualize. Okay, well, we kind of already did that once, but we can do it again. So he has what, death? Nothing. So he's not getting charged up at all. All right, well, that's fair. If we'd picked earth, if we'd picked, I bet, water. Nope, no water. All right, that, again, fair. Nature everywhere. Life. Centered around characters, it looks like, but okay. All right, well, we kind of knew this was coming. Let's go ahead and take a couple of shots. Sorry, Alpha Wolf. Yeah. Next up, Venora. And then finally, Connell. I don't know if he'll do it. He doesn't have the points. So maybe we don't want to do that anyway. Maybe we come over here with him. He still has 7 points. I don't think that's enough to do his... Yeah, not enough. So we're going to end that turn. That was lucky. Kind of hoping that getting rid of the alpha here... Wow, they're going completely nuts on her, aren't they? So I'm hoping getting rid of the alpha. That was a hit. I'm hoping it has an impact on the rest of the wolves, though not really seeing where that happened. So, what's next? Keegan. He's going to try to use it. Not enough death energy, which makes sense. We already knew that. Sorry. So, we're going to have to back him up here.
Yes.
There we go. Go for this one. All right, that was a good solid hit. Venora has the same problem. She's got to give herself some room. Still has 7 points. I don't think that's enough. Nope, 12. And then we have Connell here. And I'm just running him all wild, aren't I? Let's do that. She does have points left. They're going to try to close, so we want to get some space here. Maybe they'll all come after Parlin here. It should end that one. This could get bad. That mishelped a ton. That didn't help at all. Okay, well, Connell, I think you're going to have to get things started this time. Wow, that was vicious. Get him out of the way then. One, two. Nice. Nice. That did it. Okay. This should be plenty of meat. Let's continue to the southeast after resting up. I think that's a good plan. Of course, southeast is relative when you've been moving your map around and there's no compass. So, okay, our screen is facing south-southeast. So that's the direction we're going to want to go. This way. Oh, boy. Okay, more bandits. And they're archers even. I want to be able to see stuff. There we go. Maybe that'll do it. Maybe the other angle. Okay, Parlin, I think closing the gap is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Spreading the archers out, also a good idea.
Yeah.
Line of sight for Connell. He's very weak, right? Oh, he's not that weak, but it called it out to us that we need to be mindful that he's not terribly durable. Okay, Parlin's taking it. We're gonna have to address that. Can Connell get to one of these and do something? He cannot. We will come back to that. Let's see if we can get rid of one of these guys. Miss does not help. 2 misses is even worse. That's a hit. Could finish him. Okay. Feeling a little better now.
Sure.
Let's get him there. I don't think that's... Yeah, he's out of points there, but we might be able to get our wolf friend. Let's kind of give him limited options on his direction to move. And I think that's everybody. Everybody's out of points. Yep. Well, Venora can move a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Oof. Glad that one missed. Oof, that is a pretty brutal hit. All right. So, no looting. It's not something we do here. And more combat. We found a bandit camp. Look at this. Okay. Well, let's try to close some distance and get some line of sight distractions here in place. Can she move that far? She cannot. Oh, that's him. Anyway. This is Venora. Can she get that far? 15 is her limit. She can get there. Connell. I might try a different tactic with him this time. Just 2 of these guys, so let's see what happens. Bandit Warrior, not ranged. He is ranged, though. That's a good hit. Okay. Connell, buddy, can you get there? He can, but he's not going to be effective. So we'll go this way. We'll eat that one. Can we take this guy out? It's a good start. It's a very good start. She had line of sight there too. Awesome. He will not be able to attack if he closes, and he's in a little bit of not greatness right now. So maybe we make the bandit warrior expend some points. You know what? I'm not actually moving at all because Keegan is down a little bit too, although he's at 51. So he's actually in better shape. So we will go ahead and move Parlin back one.
Yeah.
All right, that wasn't the worst. Not bad. Next up.
Yes.
Oof. That hurt him. Okay, so what happens when we look at these things? Push. Can't be pushed into a blocked tile. Oh, interesting. Well, alrighty then. Clearly we have a ways to go. Yeah. Oh, okay. Another warrior here. Well, we just did some pushing, didn't we? Let's see. Can he come around? No, not enough. Let's see if Keegan... Can he push, or is that strictly... It looks like that is strictly...
Yes.
During that phase. So, alright. He's going to be there. She's going to be there. I think we do need to get Parlin some relief. Oh, that guy looks like a boss. Yep, Berserker. Awesome. Maybe we just back him up one. Don't need to go crazy. And then Connell. Connell's going to fill in the gap here. Oh, and there's the archer. Of course. I should have known. Two of them. Three of them. Even better. Well, they soon will know our wrath. That's for sure. Come on, Connell. Take him. Oh, no. All right. Well, that's good. Don't like that he missed to begin with, though, because...
Victory shall be ours!
That is not what I wanted to do. All right. Well, nothing I can do about it now, right? Come out here. That's a big miss. Not enough action points. Outstanding. This is not going well.
Okay.
I think we get to learn about death in this one. Okay, well, that's a hit. But that's also it for us. Keegan does have points.
Yes.
Not exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, you know what? So escape backed me out there, and then don't we have a take movement back? Yes, we do. So let's just move him up to here.
Okay.
I don't want him blocking her line of sight, because then she can get a couple of shots in without having to move. And they didn't attack the wolf, so that's good. But Parlin is about done. Critical. Oh, that hurt. Ah. Well, so some good news here. If he can hit, and he can't. Didn't finish him. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like we can move our order around now, although Keegan had to back up, so he's too close. 30. That's good. Not enough to finish him. Yeah. That's not good at all. Get Connell out of there, at least for now.
Fight on! Fight on!
Yeah, alright. That's the end of Parlin. One of your characters has died. In the single-player campaign, death is permanent. You must decide if it's worth continuing without that character or reload the last save game. Or abort the scenario and start over. Well, okay, at least they give us some options, right? That's good. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to suffer through for now. This is just a first-time playthrough to see if we like it. This is not going to be my perma-play or anything like that. So they're going to have to learn what they're good at and bad at. And maybe we have a TPK here. You never know. Getting close. Getting really close. Not liking it, actually. So, Connell, I really need you to come through. All right. He did it. Get out of here. And then... not liking that. I'm wondering if it makes sense. Yeah, she can get there. Let's get them some cover.
Yes.
I probably could stand to be a little more generous with protection of these guys. I think we're in a little trouble here, though, folks. And that's the end. Yep. I don't think we come out of this one successfully because she has one shot left and she's finished. He can't see him. Okay, well. We've got to have a lot of good breaks here, though, and I just don't see that happening. All right. That's the end of her. And he's on his last leg, too. He can maybe take 2 more hits. Well, he got lucky there that... blocked. So, yeah, we have to target this guy. It would have been great if we could have finished him off and given ourselves a chance. I don't see this as playing out very well here. Although... yeah. One more like that. Oh. That cooked him. That cooked him. Too bad I didn't think about using his death touch. And that's it. Total party kill. Oh boy. So. Yeah. That's never fun. I don't care. You know, even if it's a first time through, you never want to see that happen. Well, what'd you guys think? What do you think of this game? I think we'll wrap it up here. I'm enjoying it enough that I'll probably kick it around for another hour or 2 tonight on my own time. I'm getting to the point where I'm about to start coughing, and I think we need to we need to wrap this up before that happens. I have been considering doing a once a week evening live stream of something like Rising Star 2, or every once in a while maybe something new that I'm just kind of jazzed about that particular day. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think that, again, this is my first one of these, but I think people can access it later as though it's a normal video. I don't know if I'm going to put it in a playlist of live streams or what. I haven't decided yet, but I do really appreciate you being here and checking this out with me. And yeah, again, comment, tell me what you think, tell me how I can do this better, what you'd like to see, and I will try to make that happen. As some of you probably know, I like to tell stories, and sometimes maybe that's not the worst thing. Flying through space and talking about, I don't know, the time my mom and dad were interviewed by Gary Larson or something like that. That can be kind of fun. And we'll, let's have some fun on this channel, and I do appreciate your time. And until next time, fair travels.